All right, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, Maddie checking in with you here on this hump day, video number 2. Bitcoin, to my surprise, actually has held pretty consistently in that 20 to 21K zone range. And as you can see right now, we did experience, I guess you could call it a flash crash. We're on the 1 minute chart here on Binance. We did crash all the way down to $2,594, if you want to call that a crash. Currently trading right now as I record this, $2,700 and looks like 48 or so dollars. So look, I mean, I don't want to look through rose rather colored glasses. I know that the momentum right now is on our side. We have enthusiasm. We're very excited, obviously, about these recent developments. But you know, do be prepared. At least keep your head on a swivel and realize that things can change really at any time. Do expect a flash crash of some sort, and then a consolidation, and then a retest of some of these new all-time highs. So enjoy them while they're here. So happy hump day once again, and to nobody's surprise, with this kind of massive Bitcoin price action, we're seeing a sea of green here really across the board. All kinds of altcoins doing very, very well, but most importantly, Bitcoin up 6.3%, $20,700 and change right now as I record. The entire market now is up 5.8%. That means we're up over $600 billion, which is very encouraging indeed. Okay, in this video, I want to run through a couple of different things. Let's start with some of the enthusiasm and some of the reactions that we're seeing on Twitter, which I think are almost like in a celebratory way, something that we should just absorb while we're here, because things change, of course. Blockfolio, the Federal Reserve inflated the dollar to 1/20,000th of a Bitcoin. This is how we're going to have to start looking at things. It's going to become the tail wagging the dog to a certain extent. Michael Saylor, always the profound linguist. Bitcoin is the world's best treasury reserve asset and the emerging dominant monetary network. It is the solution to the store of value problem faced by every individual, corporation, and government on Earth. Tyler Winklevoss is also just very curt and terse in terms of this tweet. Bitcoin is trending, referring, of course, to the Twitter homepage. And if you click on the Twitter homepage, you will see that, at least where I am in Canada, Bitcoin is trending. Bitcoin reached an all-time high on December 16th, which means, very importantly, that more and more people are going to start talking about it. This is free and indirect publicity. It's indirect marketing. And people that have no business talking about Bitcoin are going to start talking about Bitcoin big time. Celebrities, gossip columns, newspapers, traditional media outlets that, you know, whether or not they cover technology, finance, this is something that you're going to start hearing a lot more of. And I'm not necessarily suggesting you follow those opinions or whatever advice they have to offer, but realize that this will become a household discussion that more and more people will be having. Hence, you have Dan Held here on Twitter with, I think, this very astute observation. We are here. We're at the very beginning. First slowly, and then suddenly. Things are going to start to change very quickly right now, but you are still in the very early innings of this ballgame. That's a message that we've been trying to express really for years here on this channel. And yes, rest assured, you still are early in this space. I want to give credit to Binance, of course, that is rightfully celebrating for that opening credit that we saw here. Obviously, they're pretty happy. A lot of people flooding onto all kinds of different exchanges, in some cases breaking the exchanges. I heard that about Coinbase earlier in the day, for example. Hopefully that's rectified soon, but you're seeing a lot of casual enthusiasm and interest that's just flooding into the space. So it is overwhelming. Also, Dan Held here of Kraken. Bitcoin has spent 0% of its life above this price, which means that everyone who has ever bought Bitcoin, at least today, has made money. That is, if you've held on to it, and hopefully you have. But even for those people that bought at $19,000 and what was it, $19,800 or $900 in 2017. We'll get to that in a second, because this space, for better or worse, is really defined symbolically and mystically by numbers. And in fact, it's a 3-year anniversary from the previous all-time high to today. Plan B at 100 trillion USD. Bitcoin all-time high, also now equivalent to 11 ounces of gold. Bitcoin continues to overperform gold and traditional hedge bets, safe havens, precious metals, bond markets continue to underperform. So now here's a new all-time high measured in terms of gold. Bitcoin is 11 ounces of gold. Bitcoin Magazine pointing out that, extrapolating and looking forward, the next victim is 21K. How many times has Bitcoin died? How many times has Bitcoin come back from the dead? Its next target right now is very clearly 21,000. So right now, as I mentioned, Bitcoin up 6.3% on the day, $20,727. Take a look here at the all-time chart here. So this goes back at least on CoinGecko, not quite all the way, but back to about early 2014 or so. And if if you're asking when was the last all-time high prior to December of 16th, 2020, take a look at this, talking about serendipity and whatever you want to call it, synchronicity in the universe. Saturday, the 16th of December, 2017. So maybe it wasn't exactly 3 years to the microsecond, but I think you understand my point. So how fitting that 3 years later to the day we are celebrating a new all-time high. Hey, fantastic, guys. Like I said, pat yourselves on the back and congratulations for sticking around, for believing in this space. It's only going to get better from here. And if you're in this space, it stands to reason that you want to optimize your presence in the cryptocurrency sector. Whether you're a Bitcoin maximalist, whether you're all about altcoins, you want to optimize and maximize your game. We often talk about really one of our primary partners, which is crypto.com. But the fact is that there are a lot of great options out there. One of them is Plutus. And unfortunately, being in Canada with all kinds of limitations and restrictions, I don't have access really to any major cryptocurrency credit cards at the moment. But we do have some staff over at Altcoin Buzz. Leah, for example, who heads up the interview segment, she uses her Plutus card. She swears by that, says great things about it. I wish it were available here, but it's not. But depending on where you are in the world, it may be available to you. So we'd like to update you guys with this. Actually, it's from a few days ago, but we haven't covered it just yet. There's been too much other excitement. But my Plutus card has arrived. So if that's the case in your market, how do you top up, spend, and earn crypto? So here on medium.com, it's a pretty handy how-to guide here, an overview of some of the functionality. Number one, if you haven't already, you have to go ahead and activate your Plutus debit card in the Plutus mobile app or the web application. And there you can find a beginner's guide on what you can do and how to go about it, how to spend at 61 plus million merchants all across the world. And of course, the advantage here is that you can spend your cryptocurrency. That's if you so choose, but you can also choose to earn cryptocurrency. Plutus recently conducted a study in the UK which showed that over 55% preferred to earn crypto via rewards for everyday spending as opposed to buying crypto from an exchange. This is obviously passive income and therefore a very smart strategy. So with the Plutus card, Premium and Pro accounts earn 3% on every card purchase as standard without any staking required. And in this article, guys, which I will link to in the description below, there are two very handy videos on how to navigate the Plutus dashboard, as well as how to connect your fiat on-ramps to your particular account. There's also information on how to either buy or sell cryptocurrency using the functionality here that is available. Taking a look at the perks, though, and this is, I suspect, what may interest some of you in this space a little bit more. We're going to do a breakdown of the Plutus perks that are available to you. So this is an additional money-saving feature, speaking of passive income. And the perks are a system that reward holders of the native token Pluton, ticker is PLU. So to avoid confusion, if you don't already know this, there are two reward features available, Plutus Rewards and Plutus Perks. Plutus Rewards allows Premium and Pro accounts to earn that 3% that I mentioned of every valid purchase, which you get back in PLU. So this is earned at those 60 plus million merchants, everywhere basically where a Visa card is accepted. The Perks, on the other hand, allows Premium and Pro users to stake their PLU for additional rewards at selected online retailers. And there's some big ones here on the list: Amazon, Nike, Sky, and others. So there are multiple rewards and all kinds of different perks that are available to users of the ecosystem, and they break down in all kinds of levels here, which you can refer to in this document. But for example, level 1 starts out very modestly. All you have to do is hold 1 PLU to unlock 4% at Gant. Similarly, 50 PLU unlocks 5% at Ralph Lauren. 50 PLU also unlocks 5% at Nike. So depending on your spending habits, and you guys know yourselves best, if you want to spend at these various outlets, if you're interested in some of these different features and functionalities, take a look at this article. Again, I'll link to it in the description below, and kind of size up your position. How much exactly do you want to invest in this system based on your current consumer habits? And depending on your situation, hey, you can stand to benefit. As I've been saying right now, guys, I am platform agnostic. I'm not going to push you in one direction or another. I don't care what you're using. But if this is the type of set of services, set of products that you're already consuming as an individual that spends money at these companies, then for God's sakes, get yourself onto some kind of crypto cashback platform, earn something, have some kind of a return, stake, whatever it may be. But this is a great system out there. This is a great option that is available to you. And again, this will raise your crypto game big time. And that is it, everybody, for this historic 16th of December. Celebrate north of 20K. Again, you know, that may correct, and you got to celebrate the victories in crypto because they can be fleeting. Let's see where it goes from here. I think we're all collectively on the edge of our seats. Best of luck if you choose to invest, but do be careful because there's lots of volatility right now. Stay safe, everybody. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications, and we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.